Have you ever used this line, it can never be me? I can't find myself doing this. But then you find yourself in a similar situation and at the edge of doing that thing you've said you will never do or can never do. How do you get out of this? Like, if you have ever been in this kind of situation, you know it is a very difficult place to be, and as well a very humbling place to be. In fact, for some people, these things they condemn, they judge people about, you found yourself in that situation where it is now you. The realization of this will humble you. Between October to December last year, I was in a crossroad of so many decisions to be made, and in that dilemma of what do I do? And I found myself in a situation whereby that particular thing that I've said that I will never do. And I've looked at people who have found, just settling to do that particular thing. I've said, why can't they just trust God? Why can't they just believe that God will help them? Do they have to go that route? I found myself in that same situation and I was like, wait a minute. I got to that point whereby I was considering this same thing that I've rolled my eyes, that I've kind of judged people. I've said, now wow. Or I've kind of shut out in my head subconsciously people that have gone through that same route. The Holy Spirit then enlightened me about two things. The first thing, he said, everything that you thought you could never do or you were unable to bend to do in time past as you've journeyed through life, you were unable to do that because I have graced you for it. Second thing is that people that you see that are unable to stand and deprive themselves of some things or walk in a particular path and phase, it's because they are not graced for it. Some of these people don't even know better. That revelation made me so humble. I consider myself as a very humble person. I'm not proud, but this put me in a place of humility on another level. This made me realize that everything that I feel like, I'm a good girl, I can do this, I won't do such things, I can't walk in that particular direction, I can't do such a thing, never ever will I ever do that. All of those things that I take pride in myself for not doing, the Holy Spirit in that moment was making me see that everything that you were unable to do all through your journey, that you didn't fall into, that you didn't trip off along the way and start doing some particular thing, is because I have graced you for it. And the journey and the path that you have been embarking on, I have been working in you gradually so that when you get to that phase, the grace for you to stand firm and not conform to the majority and stand in the path that I've called you to, you will be able to, because I have graced you for it. It is nothing about you. It is nothing about your strength, your morals, your values. It is nothing about you. It is the work I am doing in you that you're exhibiting. I kid you not. I was humble. I am still in a humble place. And that experience shifted my perspective about how I perceive people. And for me to never say never. Never say, I will never do such a thing. I will never do that. I will never be this person. And sometimes we don't even know the gravity of what it takes someone to say, you know what? I don't have any other option. This is the route I will go. In the first place, for the person to say, I don't even have any option, it shows the length at which they know is what they are acting on. If they probably know better, maybe they will do better. And even for them to even be able to do better, it takes the grace of God. Whenever you see yourself trying to judge people, look down on people, you see people doing some things in a particular way, and you judge them subconsciously or consciously, or you look at them like don't do that kind of thing, you're hurting yourself. They don't know better. They don't even know how to get out of that place where they keep hurting themselves. And the least you and I can do is to give them as much grace as we can and pray for them. When I had that experience, I made that particular experience now a prayer point, an intercessory prayer. That every person going through the same thing I am going through, or that I went through, and I'm able to come out of it without conforming, that Lord give them the grace to not look at it from a fixed point of view, but to be able to see it holistically from a faith point of view. Knowing that you that have started this good work in them, you will see it to completion. Now, it's no longer, oh my God, they should do better now. No longer, if they think about it very well, if they look at all the options available to them, they will not do that thing. No. Now for me, it is, Lord, please give them the grace Lord, help them. Now, I look at people with so much mercy, compassion, and grace. I'm like, okay, like, it's not easy for them to be who they are. It's not easy to say no to something. You can't even do it by your own power, by your own strength. But you know what keeps you going, or what keeps you different and distinct in everything that you find yourself doing, and why I cannot be you and why you cannot be me, is that grace that is available to you. And that's why comparison should not even be a thing, because we are all functioning by grace, the special grace of God that He has made available to each and every one of us. So that experience shifted my perspective, and if I have ever said I was humble, scratch that. Now I am experiencing humility on a different level. 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9 says that, and He said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me. God's grace is the sustainer, is the sufficiency that we ride on. So we cannot be blinded to that and just walk around the streets and walk around planet Earth. I've been feeling like we're the best is sliced bread, when grace is the one carrying you, and you cannot just extend that same grace to the next person beside you. When you're aware of this, it humbles you. Look at people from a place of compassion, not pity now, but compassion and mercy, and just give grace. Just to wrap this up, give grace to others. Be merciful, just like your Father in heaven is merciful to you. Imbibe this in your values, and never think that the advantage that you have over other people makes you better than them. Remember that you are only who you are through grace and the mercy of God. I hope this video has blessed you. If this was a blessing to you, do make sure to drop a comment down there. Let me know, can you relate to this? Has this ever happened to you, where you've just said never will I ever, and you find yourself in that situation where you are about to ever and ever? Let me know if you've had this experience in the comment section, and as well share your experiences with me, and share with me if you have any other thing to add to what I have said. And yeah, good to see you all again. My name is Akorede, and you all can call me Corey. Here it's all about intentional living, and I hope that you subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.